Eagles needed to do something in the slot, and they did just that. Bradley Roby, welcome to Philly. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So we got some Eagles breaking news happening right now. Right now, we know the Eagles needed to do something at the slot corner position. You can't keep Bradbury out there. So the Eagles and Howie Roseman, they calculated the calculations of the cornbread. Bing, bang, bang, boom. And Howie Roseman makes a move. And I think he made a pretty decent move today that may turn out to be a shocker move when it's all said and done. If this guy has anything left, that's going to be the key. And if you do like this move, let me tell you, you're really going to like the move that comes before the trade deadline, because I had that feeling. I had that gut instinct. Howie Roseman is planning something for the trade deadline. There is an event. There is a move that will take place. But before we get into all that stuff, if you're new to the channel, you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, pause, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you guys so much. Now, this video, I'm going to put this up as fast as humanly possible. I literally just came home for lunch, came home, and I went on Jacob Media, I went on Big Sil's show, was talking football when this news broke, okay? And I think, one, it's great timing because I'm able to make this video before I go back to work. But two, I think the Eagles had to make this move. They needed to do something at the cornerback position, that slot corner. You lose on Vontae Maddox. They've been trying to play Bradbury in the slot, and Job got killed last week. Let's face it. I like Job. I actually think he's going to develop, but he needs time. And you had to do something. And I think based upon who's out there player-wise, not including any type of trade, but you had to do something. And that's exactly what the Eagles did today. So, my man Jordan Schultz, shout out to him. He sent me this. Says, sources, former Pound Saints, not hashtag, and Pound Broncos starting cornerback Bradley Roby is signing with the Eagles after today's workout, because he had a workout earlier. He is coming in, and he's going to sign with the Eagles. I'm told Roby, who has 3 career pick sixes, fielded interest from multiple teams, but wanted to help Philly win the Super Bowl. And I got to say, if we're going to look at Bradley Roby and we're going to look at guys and say, is this guy, is he know what's going on? Does he have good sense of things? Yes, he does. The fact that he would come to the Philadelphia Eagles tells me he's a smart guy. He wants to win a Super Bowl. Okay, so I like this signing. I've got a good feeling about this signing. Now, when I was on Big Sil's show, he said, oh, Bradley Roby's only 40 years old. And I'm like, oh, crap, he's 40 years old? For real? The dude? Seriously? 40 years? And he's like, no, it's 31. I'm like, oh, my God. I know Bradley Roby has been in the league for a while. I know that the Eagles have liked him back when he was with Denver, but I couldn't remember how old he was, But I think this is one of those moves. If Bradley Roby has anything left, I think he's going to make an impact on the Eagles. I think this is a move that could be a really sneaky good move to shore up that cornerback position. Now you can have Roby at the slot. You can move Bradbury back on the outside, and then we can worry and concentrate what to do at the safety position. Bradley Roby has played a lot of slot corner. He has a lot of experience there, okay? I'm not saying he's the greatest guy in the world, but he's effective, and he's good enough, and he's still 31, which is fine. 31 years old, you're trying to come to a Super Bowl team and win. You got a year or two left. It's perfect. It's perfect. So I really like this addition of Bradley Roby by the Eagles. And this is what I expect from the Eagles. This is what I expect from Howie Roseman. They're going to shore things up. People make a big deal. Well, you're 4-0 and you struggled and you haven't had a complete game yet, this, that, and the other. Yeah, but it's September and now it's October. It's early and we're racking up the W's. We're racking up the wins, okay? And you know what? while we're doing that, the Eagles are figuring out what they got to do to fix this team and get it humming. Pause. But it's got to be humming. It's got to be humming. Hummer. Pause. That's what the Eagles have to do. That's exactly what Howie Roseman's doing. This is a significant move because when Roby is ready to play, he's going to start. I say 2 weeks from now. I say by what? I say by the Jets game. I think he's playing a lot. Right by the Miami game, he's starting. I definitely think so. So it's going to be it's a significant move. He is going to play. Now the next thing is you're going to have to do something about the safety position, and I think they will. I think that's where you get your big trade. I think that's where you get the trade. Like, all right, trade deadline, boom, Eagles got Jeremy Chin, boom, Eagles got Buda Baker. I think you'll see something like that. I definitely do. The Eagles, this is a good move. This is a good, solid move. I'm not saying it's the greatest move since Jerry Jones had his 6,700th birthday, but I think this is a move where you're getting a guy that's going to come in and play and be a starter. Howie Roseman has had success doing these things in the past. You look at Zach Cunningham, right? We signed Zach Cunningham late. Nobody thought he was going to be a starter. He's starting at linebacker. He's good. They cut Morrow and brought him back, and he's playing really, really good. I think Roby will be fine in the slot. The question is with the defense, and I talked about this in my other video. The question with the defense is when are you going to adjust the defense enough that the secondary starts to help the defensive line in the front out? Because I don't believe the Eagles are playing to their players' strengths. I don't believe when you hold, Bradbury and Slay and they're 8-9 yards back on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. I don't think you're using them to their strengths. With Roby coming in, I hope that they start to do it, and I expect them to. By the time we get to December and January, this team's going to be rolling. It's going to be humming. Humming, baby. Pause. I mean it, though. I like this move. I'm maybe a little more excited about this move than I thought I was going to be. At first, I was like, yeah, it's a good move. I'm not super excited. I'm not disappointed. The more I think about it, the more I kind of like it. Because you're getting a guy who has experience in the slot, and I think that is very important. And I know that if you can get this pass rush going, if you could get these quarterbacks to hold the ball a little longer, and that starts to get home, I think this will once again look like a lights-out secondary. I really, really do. So good job by the Eagles in getting it done. Now, they let Kyron Johnson go off the practice squad. I think that's, the space that they need. They're going to bring Roby in, and then they'll activate him when he's ready to go. So that's a very good move. Now, one thing I didn't talk about earlier today that I wanted to talk about was Cam Jurgens. We know Cam Jurgens is going to be out. Initial report from Jeff McClain said this, pound Eagles, not hashtag. Right guard Cam Jurgens suffered a foot sprain and could miss several weeks, an NFL source said. MRI confirms team's initial diagnosis. Then he tweeted this today. Pound Eagles coach Nick Sirianni said that Cam Jurgens will be week to week, but didn't provide further information. The way I see that is this. It could be the same diagnosis, but if you're going week to week, then that's a better sign than he's already out several weeks and you're just going to have to wait. Because then it's like, okay, he's out several weeks, meaning he's out 2-3 weeks, and then it's week to week. Week to week means hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later. Now, I like Opeta. I think he does a decent job. I think he's a good backup. But here's the thing. When you play the Rams this week, you're going against Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's a beast. We all know how good Aaron Donald is. And the one thing that you can do with Aaron Donald, and this is why I say, man, if Jerome Brown plays his whole career, this separates him from every other defensive tackle. Jerome Brown could play the run and rush the passer. But you can run on Aaron Donald. And I think Opeta is good, good run blocker. So I think DeAndre Swift needs a lot of sleep, a lot of rest this week, and we're going to go out there, and on Sunday when we play the Rams, the Eagles need to run the ball. They need to run the ball. I have a feel, okay? The feeling I have is this game, to me, it has a lot of feelings of that old, remember in 2017, I think they were still in San Diego. It has a feel of the San Diego Chargers game versus the Eagles. Remember, LeGarrette Blount really went off. This is when the Eagles started to find that run game. This is right after they had that big win with the Giants on the 61-yard field goal by Jake Elliott, right? Now you have Elliott kicking a game winner, and now you're going back out west, and you're going to play the Rams, not the Chargers this time. But to me, I have a feeling like this is going to be, I got a feeling that this is going to be the Eagles' best game. I'm not saying that this is going to be some sort of blowout. It's not going to be tough. But I think I got a feeling that this is going to be the kind of game that we find our rhythm, we find our balance, and I think it's going to be the best outing we have. I feel really good about this game this week, okay? And the Cowboys playing the Niners helps that a lot, okay? It just does. But I think it's that kind of game. So Opeta, offensive line, going up against Donald, run the ball, and you'll be okay. That's kind of how I feel. That's kind of what I think. In the meantime, Bradley Roby, welcome to Philly. Glad you're here. We needed somebody in the slot, and it's going to be interesting to see how his next plan is. I believe this is the first domino to fall, and I believe the next one might be the safety. Maybe it's a guy like Chase Claypool we just talked about today too. You don't know. But Howie's just getting started. He's got a few weeks before the deadline. But I like this move. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. You know, I was just getting ready to do my post-credit scene, and I thought it. This Roby signing reminds me of the Eagles signing Patrick Robinson. People are going to say he's an older guy, maybe long in the tooth. You know what I mean? Maybe his best days are behind him, and he came in and he was lights out. I got a feeling that this Roby signing is going to be very similar to what we got out of Patrick Robinson. Just my thoughts, my perspective. Denzel Washington out.